Yo, guys, welcome back again today. And today we have a very special video. We're trying my people's food, my tribe, #1 tribe. So I'm playing. Somebody's gonna hate me for that. But yo, we're trying my people's food. This is African American food. So this is soul food, if you guys don't know. And the history behind soul food is that it's a mix between West African, Native Indian, and European food. So obviously when the slaves were being brought over, they would bring certain things like okra and certain grains of rice to America with them. And when they got here, in slavery, obviously, the slave master basically had the better cuts of meat. And so we had to use like salt to preserve meats and things of that nature, right? And so this is where a lot of this food comes from. Now, some of this food used to be really, really unhealthy because they used to cook it with pork fat and things of that nature, right? Some people in the South will still tell you like, I'm only cooking it with you know, whatever it might be, Crisco or pork fat or whatever. But that's not good. That leads to diabetes and that leads to like high blood pressure, things of that nature. So as of recently, in more modern times, they've been cooking it more with vegetable oil and trying to make it healthier. So yo guys, Raheem hasn't even said anything, but that's a little history behind African American soul food. We're gonna get into it and try it. So the first thing we're gonna try is cornbread. Have you ever had cornbread before?
Yes.
You have? Yeah. Is there something like this in Somali culture? I don't know if we've ever had anything.
No, we don't have something similar to that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So cool, let's try it.
Yeah, corn is not a big part of our diet.
As it shouldn't be, because corn doesn't really grow in Somalia, does it?
Nah, not that I'm aware of, yeah.
Okay, got you. Hey man. Yo man, I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more excited about this food. Okay. He's like I've had cornbread before, yeah.
But I haven't had it a lot, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a big staple. Like this is a #1, like one of the biggest dishes for African American culture is cornbread. If cornbread's not there, we not there.
Okay.
You ready?
All right, ready?
Of course.
Oh wow. So the texture is almost like spongy. It's almost like a cake, but it's like not too sweet.
It's like a cake.
Yeah.
And also, a fun fact is that I think traditionally it was made to where it didn't have like a sweet taste. I want to say like in the South, but you know, over time things change when people come to the North and people go to different parts of America. You know.
So what do you typically eat cornbread with?
You eat cornbread with everything. Yeah, you eat cornbread with sweet potato pie. Yeah, you eat cornbread with rice and all. But really, cornbread is a staple dish. So obviously, like you said, it's like a cake. It's like a cornmeal dish. And a lot of times, you know, like during slavery, people would eat this because it would pack on a lot of calories and it could take you throughout the day with like a lot of salted meat. So I would say you would eat this with any meal you would eat, like greens. Yams. I really don't like yams. Funny thing, we have sweet potato pie, and I don't really like yams by themselves, but I love it in pot. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, what do you think about the texture?
Texture's awesome. Like it's very light, but it feels filling.
Filling.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like you eat it, and like I could probably just OD on that.
Got you.
And eat that just by itself, but that's cool.
Yo, guys. So the next dish we're gonna try is one of my favorite African American dishes of all time: greens. Greens. Now let me ask you a question. In Somali culture, you guys have a dish like this, correct?
We have, yes, so we have vegetables. Usually it's called khudar. Okay. Now here's the cool thing about this. Khudar comes from the Arabic word khadra, which means green.
Right. Oh,
so
gotcha.
It's almost the same. Like we call it greens, literally something that's green.
Yeah, because
khudar is things that are green. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's funny because it's funny because actually when I go to an Ethiopian restaurant too, Lalibella's in Somali culture, they have like their greens are prepared almost just like ours, you know what I'm saying? So this is greens, and there's actually 2 types of greens. So there's turnips, and then there's greens, if I'm correct. It's something like that, of that nature. So I cook both of them together, and I cook this dish. So I'm gonna need you to lie to me and tell me it's good, even though it's vegan prepared.
This one I've never had before, so this is my first time.
You never had greens before?
Never.
Guys, he's never had greens before. Yeah, get you some. Okay. So.
Okay, so wait, before I eat this, so what's in it?
So this has peppers, it has like turnip greens, and different assortment of greens. So I cook this, so I use a different, like 2 or 3 different greens. So I use turnip greens, greens, you know what I'm saying?
And you can add meat to it. Some people add meat.
Yeah, so a lot of people add meat to it. I'm vegan, so I didn't add meat to it. But I flavor it with like a lot of vegetables, so I hope you like it.
Got you. Okay. Greens for the first time.
Yo, greens for the first time.
Oh, wow.
I love greens.
You know what's interesting about it? It's kind of spicy.
Yeah.
What gives it that spice? Is it usually spicy?
Well, it depends on how. Well, like I made it with peppers.
With peppers. Gotcha.
So when I made the greens, I made it with peppers. So
yeah.
That's why it's a little spicy. Hey, is it too spicy for you?
No.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Well, Somali food is not usually very spicy.
I noticed that Kenyan food is not spicy either.
Yeah, you know. But no, this is delicious. Like it's juicy, which is really cool. I could tell like there's like a lot of assortment of greens in here. I can't pick one out specifically, but I know it's like a big assortment of just leafy vegetables.
Exactly. I think every culture needs a leafy vegetable because for real, I don't know what I would do without greens. I love greens. You know what I'm saying? And they're very they're mad healthy for you. There's some foods in the African American diet that are very, very healthy for you, like potatoes, obviously like sweet potatoes or like yams.
Yeah.
And greens, they're very, very good for like blood pressure and all kinds of stuff. So
yeah, this is delicious. So when do you typically eat greens? Like, is it for lunch? Is it for dinner? So
I would say, for me personally, in the South, I would say greens can be eaten anytime, right? So like with the grits, like some people eat them in the morning. I'm just weird. I don't even eat meat in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I don't like eating meat in the morning. But I would say mostly for lunch and dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Yo, man, you better not play my greens, man. I love greens, man.
Yo, it was delicious, man. I'm gonna have one more bite.
One more bite, yo.
Only other thing I would say about this is like it's very light as well, kind of like the cornbread. So
exactly.
It's almost like you would eat this kind of as an appetizer before you eat something like, for example, chicken and waffles. Like you would eat, or would you eat it together at the same time?
Me personally, I would eat it together.
Got you.
Maybe not necessarily. Maybe I wouldn't eat greens with chicken and waffles because I feel like chicken and waffles is its own dish, but. I don't know, maybe I would, but I would basically eat greens by themselves or with a meal. You know what I'm saying? So I agree.
That's delicious, man.
Yo, guys, that's greens. On to the next thing.
Yeah.
The next thing that we have here is you like that, huh? Okay. You like that, huh? The next thing that we have here, bad man things. Yo, the next thing that we have here is grits. Have you had grits before?
So we did a video trying Somali food where you tried sor. So the closest equivalent that we have is called sor.
Sor,
yeah, which is very similar. You know, even it looks similar.
Right.
Now the biggest difference, I suppose, is like sor is like this.
Yeah.
But grits, I think you told me, is more porridge like.
Yeah, so it's more porridge like. And the funny thing about it is that with grits, a lot of people in the South, a lot of African Americans in the South will actually add meat to the grits in the morning, or they'll add like vegetables. I'm a northerner, so I just grits with like butter and like sugar, and that's all. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, but also in Somali culture, sor, they don't put sugar in it, do they?
You put sugar in it.
Oh, you can? Okay. Well,
yeah. My grandma used to eat it. So the way that my grandma used to eat it was she would put red sauce on it.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. So if you get it from a restaurant, they make it in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Red sauce, sugar. They have it plain.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yo, you gonna have grits another time.
So why do they call it grits? Do you happen to know?
No, okay, you're pushing it, man. I don't know everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. No, I really don't know.
Only we had someone that knew.
Like, right. And somehow I'll manage once I eat them. Yeah. But no, I think look at you eating faster than me. I think what it is that grits, maybe because gritty texture, right? Because when you put grits, it's like so I don't know if people know, like grits is made of like small grains, very small grains. And you mix it with water, and then you add butter, and that's just really what grits is. So, I would say personally, because I'm a very intelligent person, that they probably got the term grits from the grittiness of it.
The grittiness, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Almost like sandpaper, like you could feel it.
Bingo, yo, you're using your noodle, man. There you go. So, guys, that's grits. That's grits. I love grits. I've never actually eaten grits with vegetables or meat, but I've always eaten it with just butter and sugar.
Gotcha.
But I just want to let people know that in the South, African Americans do eat it with meat and vegetables too. Sometimes you can eat it like that.
So last question for you on the grits. So is this a breakfast food?
Yeah, this is a breakfast food.
Breakfast food.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so sorry. This is definitely a breakfast food. You would eat this in the breakfast. But who knows? Some people, they might eat it at night as well. I don't know. But most people will probably eat it for breakfast.
That's delicious, man.
Definitely.
Very sort like.
Oh yeah, very sort like. I like that. I like that. So yo guys, move on to the next one. Yeah. And the next one is a very, very famous dish. Now, this is a funny thing about this dish. A little history behind chicken and waffles. We're having chicken and waffles next. And a little history is that I think that waffles, of course, were brought in by the Europeans. That's why I said African American food is a mix between like West African food, European food, and Native American food. So I think either people from Dutch or somewhere, they brought waffles to the East Coast, And the earliest, I think, accounts of waffles in America were like the 1800s, I want to say, or something like that. And then no one really knows for sure, but African Americans are the ones that added chicken with waffles. And some people say it was created in the South, and other people say that it was created in the West Coast, because I think that a lot of people give credit to California for chicken and waffles. But I could be wrong about that. I mean, some people, I think they look at chicken and waffles as being a Southern thing. I've always looked at chicken and waffles as being like a West Coast thing, but no one still knows when it happened. So that's a little history behind chicken and waffles. But
and there's a chain, a fast food chain.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Roscoe's.
Roscoe's famous chicken and waffle. Yo, Roscoe's, if you see this, can you send me a check? Yo, everybody check out Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle in California, in LA. I'm pretty sure it's in LA if I'm correct. But yeah, this is chicken. Have you ever had chicken and waffles?
I've had chicken and I've had waffles.
But you never had them together.
I've had them together.
Oh, come on, man! Hey, I thought I was giving you something new. I guess not. So, yo, let's now. I can't try the chicken with you, but I can try the waffle with you. So here's the thing: I put the syrup over the chicken and the waffles. But is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, this is so. I've never had it like this, by the way.
Exactly. So. See, now you played yourself. You played yourself. So I'm just going to put a little bit in. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I got the organic maple guava. So yo, have a piece. I would say cut it like
can you
that.
Cut that for me?
Yeah, definitely. Yo, man.
So you said this is a Southern. Well, you're saying it's not.
No one really knows, but I think some people say it comes from the West Coast. Some people say it comes from the South. But I mean, I think most people probably would say it's a Southern thing.
Okay.
But me personally, I don't have enough like evidence to know exactly where it came from. You know.
So I have a question for you, because
there you go.
A lot of times you hear the word soul food. So is all this soul food?
Yeah. So this is all soul food. So the term soul food, and I probably should explain that from the beginning. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. Take a bite real fast. The term soul food comes from. Let me help you with that right there. Can you push that down?
I got it. I'll just rip it.
Word. Oh yeah. Use your hands, man. Anything works. So the term soul food comes from, I think the earliest accounts of soul food was in like the 60s and 70s, and I forget exactly. It was an African American guy. He was like older. He termed he was the first person that said it in the newspaper, if I want to say, like soul food. Like he was the first one that said that term. But the oldest African American, I think, cookbook comes from the late 1700s or early 1800s, and some people argue that they were making soul food, but they just didn't have a name for it. You know what I'm saying? So I think the earliest accounts.
Such a dope name, like soul food.
Yeah, soul food. It comes out of the soul era, 60s, 50s, soul music. So soul food, things that make you feel good, fill you up. You know what I'm saying? Man. So yeah, have you some chicken and waffles. I'm gonna have me a piece.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
Actually, I'm just gonna rip it.
Yeah, I've never tried it with the syrup on top. So bon appetit.
Bon appetito. It's good with the syrup on top of the chicken, right? And waffles. And I like chicken and waffles. I used to love chicken and waffles. I used to eat them when I was, when I ate meat. And I love it because it's such a filling dish, but it's satisfying. It's not just like filling to get you full. Like you really are like, I love chicken and waffles after that,
It's a beautiful pairing.
It is a beautiful pairing. How do you like it? You enjoy it?
It's incredible, yeah.
Word. You gotta start eating it with the syrup on top of the chicken and the waffle. He can't even say anything right now. He's just enjoying his chicken waffle. Whatever. You're trash right now.
Soul getting fed right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You say your soul getting fed? Word. So yo guys, next dish is a dish that comes from African American people in Louisiana, which is a state in the South, for people that might not know where it's at, because obviously I have viewers all around the world. And so now we're going to try gumbo and jambalaya. Would you like to know the difference?
Dying to know.
You're dying to know. Okay. So he wants to know the difference, and here's the difference, guys. The difference is that gumbo is more of a soup-based dish, and the soup that the gumbo is actually made of is actually made with flour, I think, too, as well, and it creates a roux, and a roux is a very thick sauce.
Oh, okay.
Or like a thicker sauce. So gumbo is basically a soup dish, and the sauce is called a roux, and then jambalaya is more of a rice dish, and in both of these dishes they can either have land meat or sea meat, so they can have fish and lamb meat. So the gumbo is a fish gumbo, and then the jambalaya that you're going to try is going to be a chicken jambalaya.
Awesome.
So which one you want to try first?
Jambalaya, is that a Creole word?
You know what? I don't know if jambalaya is a Creole word, but it sounds like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. If anybody can chime in, any of my fans from Louisiana, you can definitely tell me about that. But yeah, so which one you want to try first? You want to try jambalaya or gumbo?
I'll do the gumbo first.
You want gumbo? Okay. Hey man, knock yourself out. I don't know how you can do a gumbo with a fork. Let me see if I can get a spoon for you.
Somehow I'll figure it out.
Somehow I'll manage.
All right.
There you go, yo.
Thank you.
I'll hold this for you.
What about you?
I can't eat none of that.
Oh, because it's fish?
I'll try some of the sauce.
Okay. So this is, I mean, this is almost like a curry.
Yeah, it's almost like a curry, yeah.
All right.
I'll just try some of the sauce.
Okay.
Actually, whatever. You only live once. You ready? This is gumbo.
Ready. All right. Wow, this is one
Taste
of
it
the
one more
most,
time. Yeah, taste it one more
this is one of
time.
the most unique things I've ever tasted in my life.
Yeah, taste it one more time.
Only because I'm confused right now.
He's confused, guys. I'm
It's
to
like
be honest with you,
it's
this
like
first
a
time.
curry, but it's a soup, but at the same time it has rice in it. Like it's
That's why the roux. It's called the roux. Like it's a thicker, sort of
Yeah.
like it's sort of like a curry.
exactly.
This is
almost
the-
bean, like it's a bean dish.
Almost like a black bean soup.
Black bean soup. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Word. This is actually the first time I've ever had jambalaya, guys, and gumbo. So it's the first time for me.
No, it's delicious. I mean, the consistency is a little thicker than a soup, and this would be very filling.
Yeah, and it has like a nice like spice, like not too spicy,
Yeah.
but just like a nice spice to it.
Also, does it have tamarind in it?
It might have tamarind in it. I don't know exactly how gumbo and jambalaya is really prepared. To be truly honest with you, because I'm not from Louisiana, I'm from Ohio. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Got you.
I'm pretty sure. So I want you to try. You just tried the gumbo. I want you to try the jambalaya. Let's try it together because I want you to see your take on jambalaya versus gumbo, and tell me which one you think you would like best.
Okay.
Oh,
Ready? I've never tried either of these in my life.
I never tried them either. It's the first time I ever tried either one of them.
Okay.
What do you think about this first?
Okay, we have something exactly like this.
In Somali culture?
I mean, it's basically baris, right?
Yeah, it's baris, which means rice in
Baris
Somali.
with- yeah, usually, I mean, the baris is, we use the jasmine rice and we have the meat separate and the vegetables. But sometimes, like, we have something called iskokaris, which is, my mom used to make it where she would just basically put chicken, rice, a whole bunch of stuff, and it would turn out exactly like this.
Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, is it taste so similar? Take one more bite. Is it taste so similar that
It's
like
very, it's very similar, yeah.
It's mad similar.
Not
Word.
similar, yeah. Plus, it has like the meat and everything, like yeah,
The
this
chicken
is,
and-
yep. There's a Middle Eastern dish. This is actually very similar to a Middle Eastern dish called biryani as well.
Oh, okay.
And we have it. We don't really call it biryani, but we have something similar. That's kind of it's called karis, which is
You really enjoy yourself.
yeah, too much.
Right.
Basically, just putting everything into a pot and it turns out like this. You know what I'm saying? You have all the meats like integrated in the rice and the dish. You know?
Got you. So if you had to pick, like, which one do you like better? Jambalaya, which is the rice dish, or gumbo, which is the soup dish?
I like the dry joint better.
You like the dry? I would think that I would like the dry joint because I feel like, and I don't cook either one of them, or I haven't cooked them yet, but I feel like jambalaya is easier to cook because it's rice, vegetables, whatever. To where gumbo, you have to have like this big, like 10-gallon pot, and I mean, you know, if you're gonna make a lot of it, it's like a soup. Soups are always,
Right.
I feel like a little bit harder to make than a rice dish, you know.
We probably should have had it with the bread too, right?
Yeah, you should probably have the bread. Once you,
Try this with
Yeah,
the
try.
bread?
Yeah, try. As a matter of fact, yeah, try with the bread.
Yeah, I'll give you
I was
some.
gonna say I was gonna dip it. You can take it like that, and I'll dip mine.
Okay. It's almost like
Can I have another piece of bread?
yeah. It's almost like this.
That's
I think
interesting.
this one's even made for eating it with bread. Like it's just conducive to eating with bread because it's wet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm telling you, man, this is confusing.
This is interesting.
This is a confusing dish.
I'm seriously. I'm even confused about
it's incredible.
the gumbo too, because this is the first time I ever had gumbo, and I'm confused because I just don't know what to think about it.
Right. I mean, my thoughts are that it's the consistency's not very thick, but it's not like a soup.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it has like so many different ingredients, and like you said, there's a unique aftertaste.
Yeah.
That's what's so confusing about it.
Me too.
That's why I thought it was tamarind.
Yeah, because tamarind is a
used
little
in-
thicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's used in a lot of it's an Indian kind of
Of
staple,
course,
right? So
of course.
yeah, that's why it gives me curry vibes.
Yeah, it gives me curry, yo, curry
Curry
vibes,
vibes.
yo, curry vibes, yo. I'm about to make the new African American curry right here, brand new, yo. That's a good dish. Don't know where I still, I trademarked it. Okay, I trademarked it. So, yo, guys, that was gumbo jambalaya. That comes from Louisiana area in the South, and a lot of black people down there eat this very often, and they also eat po' boys, but I don't have any of those too, which is like subs. And yeah, guys, on to the next dish. So yo, guys, at the end right here, we're going to try the best dessert in the world. I don't care what nobody says. We're gonna try this dessert. It's funny in the universe. It's funny because I feel like in America there's like this ongoing war between pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie. Obviously, there's a notion that, you know, white Americans love pumpkin pie and African Americans love sweet potato pie. And I'll attest to that because I hate pumpkin pie, to be truly honest with you.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? But I love sweet potato pie. This is the best dessert in the world. We go and try it. And also, this sweet potato pie.
Looks like the best dessert in the world.
Because it is the best dessert in the world. Yo, and quick note, this sweet potato pie was made with yams. So there's a little bit of consistency difference between yams, sweet potato, and yams. One's stringier than the other one's not. Doesn't really matter to me. They all sort of kind of similarly taste the same to me, and they're all good. You know what I'm saying? So, and oh, quick fact too. I don't like yams by themselves, but I love them in pies. Isn't that crazy?
You like mashed yams?
I don't like yams. Like I don't like yams on the stove, but I love it in pie. It's crazy. Like when you put it in a pie, it's a totally different vegetable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you also told me about like some of the benefits of like yams and sweet potatoes. You want to just talk about that?
Exactly. So there's a lot of good benefits in sweet potatoes and sweet potato pie. So sweet potatoes, I don't know exactly all of them, but I know, like I said earlier, it lowers blood pressure. I want to say, if I want to say, is sweet potato a superfruit or a super vegetable? I don't know. It has a lot of very good benefits. I even think that has
a little bit of protein. It has fat. It has carbs. Like, you know. Yeah.
Exactly. I want to say that it might possibly fight cancer. Okay, I could be going a little bit far right there, but I'm pretty sure something.
Lots of vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, yeah. Too, there's a lot of benefits to it. I have to look it up and let you guys know, but there are a lot of benefits to it. So, yo, let's try sweet potato pie.
You want to cut it?
No, I don't want to cut it.
Okay.
Yo, I mean, I should cut it, but I'm just like, I just want to eat it.
All right. So sweet yams pie?
Sweet yams pie. Hey, trademark. Sweet yams pie. From Columbus, Ohio. Yo, hold on, wait. You're a little excited there for a person that's never eaten it before. Yo, so yo.
Can't resist this golden color.
Even like your brain is like, don't move, and your arms just like.
It looks like ambrosia. It's like food.
Word. But yo, first time sweet potato pie for him, not for me. I'm a vet out here.
Made with yams.
Made with yams.
Yeah.
Man, God is good. I say all the time.
My life is complete.
Yeah, well, your life is completed, son. You know what? God made sweet potato pie first, and then He made everything else. Yeah, that is the best pie ever.
This is the best thing ever in the world. In the history of things.
Yo, if anybody has never had sweet potato pie, right? A lot of I'm sorry, my people back in the motherland that maybe never had sweet potato pie. It's like,
yeah. We're gonna have to turn these cameras off.
Yeah, it's about to be a massacre over here.
It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna get ugly.
So what do you think about sweet potato pie?
First of all, it's not that sweet. I love that.
Exactly.
I mean, even though it's a dessert, it's interesting to me because I look at this almost like a meal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think a lot of us do because I can eat sweet potato. I can eat. There's days I've eaten sweet potato pie like half
as a meal.
As a meal,
yeah.
with sweet tea.
Yep.
Sweet baby rays.
Over like almond milk or something like that, or milk, just regular milk.
Exactly. Love it with almond milk. It's very good. It's very delicious. Yo, come on, let's have some more.
That's the first thing. And the second thing I would say is like it's. Even though it comes from like a potato, like I would never imagine.
You got it.
Like it's a dessert. Like this is like, I mean, who
would take a vegetable?
Who's a genius? Yeah, exactly. That's like, you know, these potatoes right here.
Hey,
I'm gonna put this in a pie.
Right.
It's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be. Whoever was the first black man that thought about, or woman that thought about that, yo, they was like, let's take these potatoes and make it into a dessert.
God bless that person.
Yo, man, black people take nothing and turn it into something. You know what I'm saying? This is amazing, man. I gotta say, man, I've outdone myself.
So my only other question is, how many of these can someone eat? Because I heard some interesting stories.
Okay, so I've had people. I have grown men in my family that can eat 3 whole pies, maybe even 4 at one time. I've never attempted that. I only weigh 165 pounds.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Word. Challenge accepted. Yo, you just really loving this sweet potato pie right now. But sweet potato pie is the best dessert in the world. I don't care what nobody says. If you haven't tried a sweet potato pie, please get your hands on one. But don't go to the store and buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, well, Patti LaBelle's sweet potato pie is pretty good for a store-bought sweet potato pie. But if you want a sweet potato pie, you need to find an old black woman that's going to make the sweet potato pie for you. Bring her some sweet potatoes. She's going to make alchemy. It's going to be magic.
Yeah.
You bring her potatoes, you get pie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you bring her potatoes, you get pie.
Oh, man.
Word.
That sounds like a fair exchange to me.
It definitely, I feel like I'm robbing her. You know what I'm saying? That's how good it is. So, yo, guys, Raheem has joined us to try African-American soul food. Yo, it's delicious. It's, you know, has tradition behind it as far as African-American culture. Of course, this is food that came out of necessity at one point, and even though it wasn't the most healthiest thing, it wasn't the best cuts of meat, we've made something out of nothing, and this is our food. And like I said, this food is a mix between African food, European food, and native food, right? And the styles of cooking and the cultures that have combined, right? So
food is nutritious. It's incredibly delicious. And I feel like, I mean, can you imagine? I could just eat this every single day.
That's why people love soul food. That's why people love soul food.
Yeah.
Especially when you cook soul food healthy, it's delicious. It's delicious.
It's incredible.
So, yo, guys, until next time, follow me on all social media: Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and SoundCloud, all Afric Network. Each one teach one, and stick together. And do you want to say anything before we leave? Yo, kumbaya. Peace.
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
Shalom.
What up?
Hi.
Africa!